Hi guys, so let us understand what is the roadmap of this particular Node.js based web application development. So I hope you know what exactly a web application is, but if you are not familiar with what is web application, let me first complete what is the web application and how the Node.js, Express.js, MongoDB, these all things will help us into developing the web applications. The first things first. There is a small difference between website and a web application, where website is a collection of static web pages, different pages, whereas web application is a collection of programs which generate the web pages on a dynamic way. For example, let us directly dive into this part. One second. Okay, let us take a small example called Facebook. For that time, facebook.com. I don't know whether I'm able to log in or not. No. Okay. I'll facebook.com. Please forgive me if any annoying thing comes over there. Okay. So here I have a Facebook, my dashboard. So how this Facebook application could able to launch on my page, because we can't have the same kind of Facebook page as a HTML page in the server, so that as soon as I open facebook.com, that facebook.com cannot give me my page if it is static, because almost all more than 150 crores crores of accounts are there in the Facebook. So nobody can create those many accounts in the runtime, or those many pages creation is not possible. So what happens is, there are certain programs which are it written in the server. Okay, those programs will actually generate the page. So let me first dive into that particular aspect. Let me draw this so that you can easily understand what exactly I would like to show you. Okay, so here what do we have is our browser on one side, and we don't have the Facebook in our computer. Okay, so this is your browser, and let us take this is your server. So first, whenever you would like to open facebook.com, you have to send a request to the server, so that this particular request will go to the server, and the server will see the request. That means, yes, somebody is asking me for the Facebook page. So does he have an account in my computer or not? Suppose if you have not logged in, first it will send you a page that where you can log in the Facebook account, and after login again you have to send the after login, that means your username password will be sent to the server, and that username password will be received to the backend, that is some application. And now this application checks, okay, so Mr. Praveen Gubbala is trying to log in into the account. So what are the details we have under that particular person? So that particular details will be there in the database. So now the story starts. See, it will ask this particular server, this particular Node.js will ask the database about the Praveen Gubbala, because I have already logged in with Praveen Gubbala username and password, right? The server will ask what are the details. That means what are the posts, what are the friends, what are the pages he is having, what are the notifications it is Praveen Gubbala is having. All these details will be requested by the server, and server will try to give them the response as, okay, these are the details, this is the data what I know, I mean, I have in my database. So take that data. So that information will be given to the backend application. So this all things goes to a program. Okay, this is all things going to a program. So this data will go to a program. This program, try to understand this particular point. The program which can be written in PHP or Java or JavaScript or Python or C sharp. Sometimes Perl, sometimes so many other languages we have. Let us conclude this. So any of these programming languages, in any of these programming languages, we may write a program. So let me write like home page.js. Imagine we have, this is the program which will receive this data, and this program will be rendered here, will be rendered here, and it generates a HTML page. So that HTML page will be sent to the server. So this program will send the HTML program to the server. So basically your backend applications will give you what exactly? This will give you the HTML pages, which may include CSS and JavaScript also. In that page we'll have the HTML as well as JavaScript. So what is this homepage.js? This is the particular template file which will generate the HTML pages, and that will be forward back to the browser. So now the browser will take up the HTML and CSS pages, and those pages will be that particular page will be rendered in the browser, and finally you are going to get this kind of view. Okay, so once you get this particular view, once you got this particular view, let us put it here like this. Okay. Okay, so here again, if I click on a particular image or something like that, or else if I click on some particular post or something like this, what will happen is it will open that particular post, but this particular post is not available here, right? That is not available here. So again, the request goes from the browser to the server, and some other page may act upon, some other page will take this particular request, and that particular page will take the data from the database, and again it will generate a HTML page, and that page will be forwarded back to the browser. For example, let me help you. For example, here I have so many people here. Let me say Srinivas Rao view profile. If I click on the view profile, so I'm able to see the Srinivas Rao page, isn't it? This page. So it will go to that particular Srinivas Rao page, and it will give you, that means it will, this particular, try to understand this. uh, from the Facebook, again in the browser, I am sending one more request to the server. So for a page, that is another thing that is called as, you should have another program which is responsible for that. So this is called as profile page.js. So when I click on a profile link, another request goes from the browser, another request goes from the browser to the server, and this server program, this to this program, it will go, and I, along with the request, it will also send something called Srinivas, some kind of unique ID. Okay, that will be sent. So this profile page, this .js, what does it do is, it will again, because it need data ultimately, it need ultimately the data. So it will again ask the server to give the data. Once the server finds this, okay, he need the Srinivas Rao details. So Srinivas Rao details will be given to profile.page. From there, it got the request. Once the data comes from the database, profile page will again generate the HTML, and that HTML, that particular page will be forwarded back to the browser. So this is what actually the communication happens between one another. So this is called as your browser. Here we have the browser, and here it is called as backend application, and here it is called as database. Okay, so this communication will happen. So now we have little bit of changes, but I don't want to go right now, which is called as APIs. Okay, so before that, I need to tell you something. Yes, every time you need a page, what is happening? Server is able to send the request. Server is receiving the request, and server is running the code, and server is sending the page. So every time server has to keep on working. Every time server has to keep on working. I would like to tell you a simple scenario. Suppose if you order a pizza from the Pizza Hut, so Pizza Hut will take the order, and it will uh, it will prepare the pizza, and it will bake it in the oven. And once it is ready, then it will pack in a box, and it will send through the delivery boy. That is the general scenario what happens with the Pizza Hut. But to get that pizza delivered, sometimes it will take 30 minutes, sometimes it will take more than 50 minutes, 1 hour also, if the pizza center is too busy. So in such situations, there is a solution for that. The solution is, if you have enough oven, if you have the oven at your house, this entire scenario can be reduced. I mean, in a faster way. That is, you order a pizza. Where is the time taking to prepare the pizza? There is no problem. To prepare the pizza, of course, even it will take time to prepare the pizza, in the sense, even to create the dough, even what you say, applying the paste, all these things may take the time. Okay, what the pizza center will do is, as soon as they receive the order, they will prepare the dough, they will prepare the paste, they don't apply, they will keep the dough ready, they will keep the paste ready, they will keep the toppings ready, they will keep everything ready, and they will put it in a packet, and they will send it to you. So what you can do is, you can just spread all the paste and toppings on top of your dough, your pizza base, and that pizza base can be kept it in an oven, and you can have it so easily. So now this can reduce the time, I mean, very quickly. That means within 5 to 10 minutes, you may receive the pizza. Okay, and you can have it in 5 to 10 minutes. Within 15 to 20 minutes, you are able to eat your pizza hot and crisp. Okay, so which is the better way? The first one or the second one? That means everything being done in the Pizza Hut is a better choice, or doing at our home is a better choice? What is your opinion on that? Anybody can say that. Okay, if I ask you like this, then no one answers me, it seems. Karim, what is your answer? Which one is better for you?
Second one, sir.
And Induku, why so?
It's take a less time.
Very nice. It not only take the less time, for Pizza Hut people also, there will be so much of cost reduction. First of all, they need not to maintain big ovens, and they need not to maintain the, what is a strategic locations. They need not to maintain too many employees. They need not to maintain too many things. Am I right? They just need a cook, or the professional who can make a better pizza dough or pizza base, and they can happily send that, right? Because of this, they can reduce so much of cost, And even for the user also, is there any advantage for the user?
Sir,
What is that?
discount.
Discount is okay, but more than that, I think.
Quality.
Oh, yeah. First of all, you are getting that data in no time. You are getting that pizza in very less time. You are able to have the pizza in a shorter time. That is point number one. Point number two, you can have the pizza in your own interest. For example, if you don't want more number of what you say mirchi, then you can reduce it. So the customization is possible. Okay. The same thing happened with the regular traditional, what is that, traditional monolithic application architecture. This kind of architecture is called as monolithic application architecture. So everything is being done by server. So now what is happening is, instead of these uh, profile pages and all, now we are having a different ball game. Now the ball game is, these are all converted into small APIs. Try to understand this. There is now a different architecture. Let me draw it in a separate place. So nowadays, what is happening is, browser is same. Browser sits as it is. Now the whole application is divided into two parts. One is front-end server and another one is back-end server. So this front-end and back-end will be separated into two parts. Point number one. So the very first time when I enter Facebook, okay, when I enter facebook.com, first it will send a request to the front-end server. Let me write it down here. This is front-end server. It send a request to the front-end server. It will give you all those pages which are necessary to show you the UI. That means to show you the, for example, this is the Facebook. Okay, this is the Facebook page. Apart from the data, that means these images, these Srinivas Korukunda, how many mutual friends how many friends are there, how many mutual friends are there. All these details, instead of giving all these details in the beginning, only the layout will be given, which is in HTML and CSS and JavaScript. So as in the front, from the front end server, when we send a request, what we are going to receive is, we are going to receive the necessary HTML, CSS, JavaScript will be forwarded to the backend. Point number one. That is browser. So when we send a request, we are getting the HTML, CSS, JavaScript. So in the JavaScript, now what we are doing is, what we are missing, the entire UI is there here. The entire HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything is ready. The only thing what we are missing is data. So for that, the JavaScript will send a special request to the server that is called as backend server. For data. So this backend server is now not maintaining all the templates. The backend server is now going to maintain only APIs. Okay, it is only having some functions, which are APIs are nothing but functions, set of functions or something like that, API endpoints. Okay, ultimately. So these APIs will give you now the data to the program, which to the JavaScript from which the request generated. So this will now going to be the data. Here we are going to get the data, maybe in the JSON format. Okay, I'll tell you what is JSON later, but the data comes onto the browser. Once the data receives this, the JavaScript will put that data into the UI in the HTML so that it will be displayed. Now, if I click on another friend, let me click on Srikant Dubala. So what happened? What is the difference? When I click on Srikanth Dubbala, what happened here?
Another page will be opened.
Same page will be opened with different data. So already the page is there here on the browser. Already the JavaScript is already loaded here, right? Now
Right.
the template is same. Template. There is no change in the template, because why should I change the HTML and CSS for that? Only the data got changed. And now if I click on again some Alluri Ashwant, okay. So now only the data got changed, not everything got changed. You can observe this. You can observe this. For example, if I click on Rohit Srisai, what happened here? Only the data got changed. If I click on Srikanth Dubbala back, okay, and try to have this entire process. Okay, try to have this entire process. What exactly is happening? The same thing is happening with the Flipkart also. Let me go to the Flipkart. Let me show you how Flipkart is managing these many people. So as soon as I open the Flipkart, to create the entire page, whatever the HTML, CSS, JavaScript is necessary, all that things will come from the front end server, and it loaded. So now I'm clicking on mobiles. Okay, relax. In that, I would like to open the Infinix page. You got the template. That means this HTML, CSS, JavaScript got loaded. Whatever the data is now received by the JavaScript from server. That's okay. Try to understand this. Now, if I click on Vivo, see, there is no need to change the current page. Only the data need to be updated. So browser don't change the page. Browser will keep the same page, same UI, and it will ask, now I want Vivo data. So backend server will give the data, and the data will be changed. So just like pizza being baked in the client side, that means in the customer house, just like that. Now every rendering or data keeping it in the HTML is now happening in the browser. Earlier it was happening in the server. For example, just now we heard that somebody is asking me, as somebody saying like, we are using WordPress. What is the problem with the WordPress? WordPress is a great tool, but the problem is it is having lot of load on the server. It is having lot of load on the server. For every page, we have a separate what is a request goes to the server, and server will generate the page, and that page will be forwarded back to the browser. Because of that, SEO will be good, no doubt in it. But the speed of
around it's take more than 10 seconds it will be taken.
True. All those things everyone must have faced. Even banking applications are facing the same problem. For example, I hope you're all aware of the great Indian invention or great Indian application called IRCTC. So how IRCTC works means this is the way, so that it takes a lot of time to load, because Flipkart and all are single page applications. Okay, so you may not find that delay, but when it comes to IRCTC, you will actually find out the real problem. Okay, so from today onwards, let us see. Try to enjoy this kind of nature. What exactly is happening here? When I move my mouse, when I when I try to click on the real me, the template is not going to get changed. Try to understand this. The only thing what happened is the data got changed. Okay, that will be taken care by JavaScript so easily. So this is the advantage. This is the beauty of latest approach. Of course, I'm not showing you complete microservice architecture. Yes, of course, it is. It is also considered as microservice architecture, but the APIs, for example, here, especially what level of microservice architecture will happen is in the backend. Now we don't have only one server. Okay, I am jumping. Okay, I am from here. I am jumping. I am done. what exactly the single page application and microservice architecture. I'm jumping to what level of importance is there for microservice architecture uh, nowadays, and how this is doing great job. So for that, we are creating multiple backend servers. Multiple backend servers means multiple servers on the background. So what will happen is one server will take care of maybe, of course, users, that is login, log out, all these things. One server will take care of some products. Okay, one server will take care of that is something like okay, groceries, and another server will take care of mobile phones. Another, that means if the number of requests are more, if there are number of more requests to a particular service, we can create a separate instance or separate server for that. Okay, if the number of requests, for example, for mobiles, there will be more number of requests. So we are going to create a separate server in the background. Okay, so that is actually being done by Kubernetes, Docker. These are all working so closely so that they are able to dynamically up some servers and able to down some servers. For example, users is not necessary now, so the users services will be up in another server. Products and users will be clubbed together in mobiles, in mobile section, or else grocery section, they will be separated out. So like this, because of this microservice separation of front end and separation of back end, even in the back end also, every data will be the data APIs are separated in different functions and controllers, so that everything can be run as a separate server, separate unit. Okay, so that particular flexibility we can able to achieve through microservice architecture by using Docker, whatever you can say. Okay, by Docker, Kubernetes, all these things will be helping us to dynamically what is a scale up and scale down these kind of services. So for that, the most easiest, the most simplest way of approach for this kind of microservice architecture is none other than JavaScript. That is, with Node.js, you can able to create that kind of separate microservices so easily. That is why everyone is behind the uh, Node, Express, and Mongo. Yeah, depends. Some people may use a different technology instead of Node. What is a MongoDB? They may use MySQL for the database. Okay, so instead of Express.js, they may be using it some other thing. But Node.js is ultimately the common platform, and for web application microservice architecture, we need one mechanism. That is, now I am going to, in this what do you say, in this particular course, I am going to discuss that mechanism here as yeah, that is, here I am using the Express.js. So we are going to first discuss Node.js as a platform. So as a platform, how Node.js playing the major role here. And then we are going to discuss how Express.js as a framework will help us to create APIs, how MongoDB will help us to maintain the data, and how Mongoose will help us to schema or to structure, or not structure, to create the schemas for MongoDB, because MongoDB is a NoSQL database. So you need a strong ORM. Okay, that ORM, and sorry, ODM, which is being created by Mongoose. And then this express how this MongoDB and Mongoose will be helping to create the APIs in a better way in the Express.js. Individually, what we are going to teach, these all things I will share you in link. Okay. Or else you can go to edupoly.in and you can see there also. Okay. And finally, of course, this is not necessary. Template engine is not necessary. Anyways, most of the people know React and all. If you don't know, please join our class. We are very good in the sense we are being in this particular training for almost all 8 years. Okay. So I started technical teaching. Apart from my job, I started my technical teaching with Angular JS, Ember JS, Backbone JS kind of technologies. Later, I migrated to Angular. After that, I migrated to React. And 8 years completely, I was with front-end technologies. Already, I am teaching some of the students who are here. Okay, if you are willing to learn front end with React or Angular, I am open to that. I will conduct separate batches to it. But even server side rendering kind of thing also you should know, at least for some level, that is like payment gateway integrations. Some level of templating is also necessary for you. It is not completely removed. Okay, so I will teach the template engine by using Puck. Okay, if you want, EJS is also possible, but it's just a syntactical difference. So overall, we have to start from Node.js, Express.js, then MongoDB. Of course, you need Mongoose for creating the data in the MongoDB, and subsequently we will be creating the complete end-to-end application with OAuth level of authentication authorizations also. Okay, if you like, I mean, you need not to directly take my class. I am sure for it. Okay, you happily take your time and decide. But before that, go to my channel YouTube. Definitely I will show you okay, here I have my channel listing. So here you can have my some rough kind of thing, but of course, let me show you. Where is my Node.js? Yeah. What is Node.js? How does it work? How to create Express.js? How do I teach Node.js? How do I teach React.js? If you all want to know that, please feel free to access this YouTube channel and start judging me. No problem. But yes, watch these things. And yeah, somebody, M, 1 second. NM Rao, if you have,
Sir?
Vaishnavi, yeah, if you have any questions, I am open to your questions. Please.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Hmm.
Is SEO optimized through Node.js?
See that all the feasibilities are not possible. Point number one, registering the link is not that easy in Node.js. If you 100%, if you want the SEO, you have to go for backend. But Google is actually changing nowadays. Point number
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
yeah, I agree with your words.
Yeah. So that is one point. A second point is, don't worry, React.js is quick, no doubt in it. But Next.js is also there. Okay, that is not a part of this course. There is a new technology comes under Next.js where there is a server-side rendering. So through that, you can register. I mean, your links will be more registered.
Through
Okay.
indexing, actually, right?
Yeah, through indexing. And but don't get discouraged. Your link registration is very small part of SEO.
Yeah, right,
Fine.
agree.
Okay, link registration is nowadays almost all negligible. Yes, it is having its own impacting, but negligible. Okay, so the thing is, yeah, how progressive web applications. Try to, 1 second. Try to develop progressive web application (PWS).
Yeah.
Okay, so PWS will improve eventually this kind of SEOs. Okay.
Even it is also useful for the offline also, right?
Yes, offline, and Chrome is registering it. Not only Chrome, your search engines are registering it. Those all links, because client-side routing will be registered through PWS, right? So there you can get more effective search engine. And if any client comes, you can answer this point also. That is, Google is changing. One or the other day, definitely they are going to come into single page application also, because it is Angular, right? Ultimately, they want to
Right.
promote their Angular. So
Sir, and one more
converting
thing,
into
what is the difference between Angular and React?
nothing, sir. If you
Nothing,
want
but
to,
actually less than seconds is affected only.
time is no. Time is definitely a change, a difference, no doubt in it. Because IVY and virtual DOM are two different things. First of all, time ki baat nahi hai. That is not about the time. The problem is, don't worry, I am not in hurry. Please, we don't be in hurry. The very simple thing is, for stability and long-term support and consistency, we go with Angular, where you don't need much speed. That means user quickness is not a big deal for you. For example, banking application, insurance, or retail, these kind of inventory, real estate, these all people have enough time. So there is no need of worrying about quickness or interactivity quickness. But when it comes to social networking apps, AI apps, or e-commerce applications, okay, these kind of things definitely need React, because it is blazing speed, point number one. Okay. Whenever you want some consistency, which is where your application don't change in 2 3 days. Okay. So go with the Angular. Okay, it is little complex, no doubt in it. But when you want to have a dynamic thing in the sense, today I would like to add one more feature, next week I may be adding one more feature, kind of things. Okay.
Okay.
Such kind of applications go with React.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So that is my experience. And when you have more number of forms, form handling is a bigger criteria, then definitely go with Angular. Okay. React forms are not that great. Yes, we have solutions, but they are not part of React. They are external tools. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, for e-commerce level of applications, social networking level of applications, it's okay. But if you go to banking applications, you can imagine, right, what level of forms they will have, right? So such kind of applications, you definitely need Angular for that. That is why, that's what I found.
Sir, last
Yeah.
question asking you, what about the deployment, sir?
Yeah,
So,
the CI/CD is not a big deal, and because we work regularly on that, we will be using Git. Okay, I will show you how to deploy these applications in the AWS. Point number one. Second thing is, if you don't want to indulge them into AWS, we will help you to understand how Netlify works. Actually, for your kind of business, Netlify will help you more better. Okay. So both the things I will be explaining you.
okay, sir.
Okay.
So
Don't
most
worry.
of the clients are worried about the AWS. Why you are going for GCP or Azure? So some clients are asking me. So deployment is the major issue we are facing.
No. First of all, tell me one thing. Do they want AWS deployment, or they don't want AWS deployment?
Some of the clients are asking AWS.
Okay.
Some of the clients are not asking about the AWS. We need Azure or GCP.
Okay. Okay.
Depends on the cost criteria.
Okay.
సో ఏడబ్ల్యూఎస్ అంటే యాక్చువల్లీ ఈ రెండు నాకు రావు. సో పీపుల్ చేత చేయించుకుంటాం. ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఇన్ కేస్ వాళ్ళు లేనప్పుడు నేను చేసుకునేటట్టు.
సి అక్కడ విషయం ఏంటంటే, మనము సిఐసిడి క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు మనకు ఒకటే కావాల్సిందండి. ఒక గిట్ లోకి పుష్ చేసామా, ఆ కోడ్ అక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోయిందా. ఇన్ ద ప్రైమరీ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్, ప్రైమరీ లెవెల్ ఆఫ్ డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ లో బెటర్ టు కీప్ సమ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఆర్కిటెక్ట్ విత్ యూ, క్లౌడ్ ఆర్కిటెక్ట్. Okay, they will deploy and give it to you. But after that, whatever the changes will happen, you need not to worry. You need to create a CI/CD pipeline where you will apply, or where you will upload your code into the Git. Git will take care of upload. Your cloud will take care of pulling the code from the Git. Okay, that I will show you. Show you how this will happen. And if you definitely need any cloud, because we are not writing cloud functions, don't worry about it.
Okay.
We are right. That is what the problem, na? if you write the cloud functions, that they are much more better than Node.js based functions, Node.js based APIs. If you write cloud functions, it is more powerful, in fact.
Okay.
But we will be having a dependency of AWS. So to avoid that, what we have done, we have separated this backend application in Node Express Mongo. So that if you update the MongoDB, if you update the Node.js application, that will take care of it, all the APIs. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
సో మీరు అది వర్రీ అవ్వకండి. మనం AWS లో క్లౌడ్ ఫంక్షన్స్ రాయట్లేదు, మనం రాస్తున్న APIs అన్ని ఎక్కడ అంటే దీంట్లో. అండ్
Okay.
రెండోది ఏంటి అని అంటే డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ లో అసలు వర్రీ అవ్వకండి. ఎందుకనంటే అజ్యూర్ అయితే చాలా సింపుల్ పైప్ లైన్ ఇచ్చేసింది.
Okay.
ఈ GCP కూడా కొద్దిగా కాంప్లెక్స్ ఉంటది కానీ ఓకే, అది మనం జస్ట్ మన డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ వరకే కదా. లోపల క్లౌడ్ ఆర్కిటెక్చర్ అవన్నీ నేర్చుకోవాలంటే మీరు కొద్దిగా సపరేట్ క్లౌడ్ నేర్చుకోండి. బట్
Okay.
డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ సైడ్ వరకు మాత్రం మీరు ఏం వర్రీ అవ్వకండి.
Okay. As of now, deployment వరకు okay sir.
ఏం కాదు, I will take care of it. I will show you what's the way to deploy. Okay, if you guys are interested, I am ready to teach you anything. Okay, I mean GCP లో same application GCP లో ఎట్లా deploy చేస్తాం, how to deploy it in Azure, how do you deploy in AWS, how do you deploy in Netlify, I am ready to show you that. Okay, if my time is not permit, I will ask my team to do that. They will take care of it. Okay, don't worry that deployment part. Okay, yeah, don't worry. Okay, I need to take the class. I will. Can you please ping me? I mean, do you have my number? Here is my number 9561214818. Please ping me on my WhatsApp so that I can give you the next class details, because this is just a demo session. Okay, very soon we will start the batch. Hello.
Okay sir.
Okay, yeah, thanks for coming. I hope these are the two people who are new to me, others are my old people. Okay, thank you for joining us, Vaishnavi and Perandi NM Rao.
NM Rao, Nagamalleshwar Rao.
Malleshwar. Okay, fine, Andy. See you in the next class. Ping me on WhatsApp. Great.
Sure sir, thank you.
Right.